The Celtic Unrestricted View is sponsored by AB Entertainment. It's a DJ and entertainment business. And we are also partnered by MCM Framing Services and Hoops Memorabilia. Both our sponsor and our partner are on social media and can be found on Facebook or Instagram. So feel free, guys, to check them out as they offer fantastic services, and enjoy the upcoming episode. Hail, hail. Good evening and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me on this Friday evening, my two good men, Mr. Ryan Clifford and Mr. Alan Stirling. Well, there's lots to get through tonight, lads. Brendan spoke earlier. We've heard that Cameron Carter-Vickers is going to be out for the St Johnstone match tomorrow. But we are looking forward to it. Ryan, how are you, mate? It's good to see you. Hope you're well since I last spoke to you, pal.
Yeah, all good, mate. Like you mentioned there, obviously no good news with Vickers, but hopefully we'll be fine for Tuesday. I think that will be probably the main aim for him, I'd imagine. But yeah, I'm good, mate. Obviously, end of the week now, Friday, so we're looking forward to the game tomorrow. That's the next big thing for our May Celtic fans now, the game tomorrow, so quite interesting as well. It's a late kick-off as well, so apart from that, mate, all good. Week's been good. I'm good myself, so hope you're all well as well. And everybody who's watching, hope they're having a good night as well.
Yeah, I hope everybody that's tuning in with us tonight, I'll come to some comments in a wee moment or two. As I said, I hope most of you are doing well and looking forward to the weekend. Alan, no more so than ourselves, mate. Looking forward to another game in the Hoops tomorrow. We trip up to Perth for us, and like I says here, obviously Brendan confirming today that Cameron Carter-Vickers won't be present at the match. How are we feeling, mate?
Yeah, very well. Hope everyone that's watching as well. It's that kind of time of week, the weekend's coming up, that we're excited about seeing Celtic again. We're obviously on a great vein of form and playing decent football, so looking forward to watching my team tomorrow again. Obviously the news about Cameron Carter-Vickers is extremely disappointing. As Ryan says, we're hoping he comes back for Tuesday because he's massively important. Do I think he'll be back for Tuesday? I'm not too kind of confident the way that Brendan spoke, but here's hoping because he is massively important when we come into these kind of bigger games. Yeah, but very happy, very good week, and hope you guys are well and everyone that's watching as well.
Yeah, I'm good. Like you says, Alan, it's obviously coming to the end of a week. We are looking forward to seeing Celtic tomorrow. Before I get there, as we all know, folks, by now, or if you don't, then you're about to find out, the Celtic Unrestricted View are doing a live event on the 19th of March. Hold on, I'll take that be...
March?
October.
There we go. I'm doing that well. I'm saying the wrong date. The 19th of October. Do you know what it is? It's because of I've put in the March into the Saints, and I've just been reading that there, and obviously trying to say this at the same time, but I'll start again, and hopefully I'll get it right this time. So as we all know, Celtic the Celtic Unrestricted View are doing a live event on Saturday the 19th of October, and it is in the Morven Lounge in Glasgow. Tickets are £10. They are on sale now, folks. The PayPal for this is this here. So if anyone wants to purchase your tickets, you can do it by paying your £10 into that PayPal account there, RyanClifford9 at AOL.co.uk. You can also, if you are nearby and it's easier for you, you can go into the bar and you can do the same there and give your name, obviously, as you're paying your £10. And obviously that guarantees your place to come along and see us interviewing Joe Muller. Now, we have spoke to Joe himself. We managed to do that yesterday. So I don't know about yourself, obviously, Ryan, but after obviously speaking to Joe himself and hearing the good news that he's looking forward to it, mate, it's making me even more buzzing. Obviously, it's not in March for them that it's maybe slightly confused. It's definitely next month in October. And I'm really looking forward to it, mate.
I know, it'll be a cracking night, mate. Obviously, as well, it's always good to get to know ex-player stories, JP, as well. So, obviously, Joe's played with Celtic for a long time, mate, and he's well known in the Celtic family. So, it's always good to get to know. Obviously, I don't really know Joe in terms of his career. Obviously, I know of him and know bits of him, but I wasn't really alive to really see much of Joe play. So, it's good to know that I can find out more information off him from face value instead of obviously through Google and internet. So, it's always better to get that face value. So, no, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully, everybody who watches the podcast and get along to a good night as well, and we can meet some of you in person as well. So, yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
And obviously yourself, mate, you know, especially, it's definitely no March that we're doing a live event, and it's happening next month, mate. But just as Ryan says there, I think most of us and the majority of us is looking forward to it.
I'll be in Tenerife at that time if it's the 19th of March. So, you know, I'll be there. It'll be Joe Muller sitting in his cell with you, I think. No, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously,
Joe's probably sat with a lot worse than just me, mate. I'll tell you that right now.
Really? No, but I'm really looking forward to it. Especially, I hope a lot of guys that usually tune in, more regulars that tune into the podcast, that they can kind of make an appearance and we can catch up with these guys. I know I just seen the chat there that Plunge has said he's already bought a wristband. So, aye.
He's away. He's gone.
Big Alan's excited for Plunge. I think he's you were that excited for Plunger, you just disappeared on us. But
no,
he'll be back in. He will be back in. I think obviously Alan's trying to say that, you know, before he saw Plunge's comment and got all excited there and jumped off, I think he's trying to say that, you know, he's looking forward to it himself. Here he comes back in again. There we go.
I've got to send out my apologies there. That was my good lady that phoned there thinking that we were on at our usual 8:30. So sincere apologies to everybody there for cutting off. But what I was saying there, it'll be really nice to catch up with everybody that's coming. Obviously, Joe Muller being there slightly, just a wee tad before my time. I think maybe a year or two before I started watching Celtic. But we know all about him. We always research for kind of Celtic history. He was a great player for Celtic as well. Went on and played good football elsewhere. So it'll be really interesting to kind of hear his stories and listen to an ex-footballer, an ex-Celtic player, what they've got to say. And it's always good to kind of hear the recollections kind of past Celtic teams. So there will be people that he's probably got a few stories about. I know JP's eager to hear his stories about the maestro, Paul McStay. So I think it will be a very entertaining night. And for a tenner, DJ the full night, Joe Muller, photo opportunity. Can't go wrong, can you guys? So got 'em buy your tickets.
100%. And just as Alan says that early now, and obviously Plunge's comments saying, and James obviously purchased a wristband as well. Let us know in the comments, guys, who else has came forward and purchased a wee wristband from them, more than if you've been in person, or are you ready to do it? Because the tickets are selling fast, so you need to let us know ASAP if you can. It'd be good to know, obviously, who's coming along as well. And Ryan, obviously, as Alan says there, the excitement of it, obviously, Joe Miller's a bit before your time as well. Mm-hmm. I know I'm looking forward to hearing about Paul McStay. I know quite a bit about Paul McStay. The bit I'm looking forward to hearing the most is when Paul McStay becomes Philip for Bordeaux. Because I couldn't remember when we were doing the chat in the morning. I couldn't remember I knew it was a form thing. And I'll not be Philip for Rangers.
No.
I'll not be Philip for Rangers. The mere chance of him telling us about Paddington Bear and that big numpty. But aye, as I say, all right, mate. I'm just looking forward to hearing the chat.
Yeah, it's obviously good to obviously played for other teams as well, at Aberdeen and stuff, and obviously was involved with Clyde for a bit as well. So there's other things you can delve into, not just his Celtic career, which is also good as well to kind of go for that side to Celtic. So overall, it'll be fantastic. Like Alan says, there'll be a DJ who's our sponsor, AB Entertainment. You'll get him obviously meet us. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But you obviously get to meet other Celtic fans as well. Have a cracking night with Celtic fans, and there's not really much more you can ask for. A night with Celtic fans, a good laugh, good stories. You can catch up on old times and have a good night. So we're really looking forward to it. And anything at all to be Celtic, JP, it's always a good night.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And I've always said to you lads, even on here and off here as well, when the chats and whatnot, Celtic, you can never get bored speaking about them, and there's never a dull moment, or there's always something to talk about. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And just on that, folks, I just need to let you know that obviously Monday night there's been a bit of miscommunication. Unfortunately, we were told Monday night that we would have had a Henrik Larsson signed top for us to be able to raffle off. Unfortunately, that's not materialised. However, the good news is we do have a match-worn and signed Nicholas Kuhn strip top, obviously, which will be there for the raffle, plus quite a few other raffle prizes as well, folks. So I just thought I'd mention that, lads, obviously, before we go any further, because obviously that was mentioned on Monday night there, Alan. I don't want, in case anybody out there's maybe excited about the Henrik Larsson thing, just due to circumstances, unfortunately, that's not happened the way we would have wanted.
Yeah, sometimes these things happen. It's out with our control. So there is obviously a match-worn Nicholas Kuhn jersey that's signed.
Yep.
That JP said, so that will be raffled off on the night. There will be a lot of other kind of miscellaneous Celtic things, whether that be, well, you'll need to turn up the night to see what that will be. That's the point.
That's
That's a surprise.
We'll leave that wee carrot dangling for you.
There is a lot of kind of surprise goodies that will be there for the raffle off as well. And obviously, Nicholas Kuhn playing out his skin just now, and to have a kind of match worn signed Nicholas Kuhn top, it's a very, very nice prize, and there'll be a few other prizes to join that as well. Yeah, looking forward to the whole night.
Tell you what, wee man, I thought you sweated a lot when you exercised, but that guy must sweat millions, man, because honestly, that tap's unbelievably still ringing, man. It's not going to dry, I don't think, in time for a night.
Well, let's say
he's been lying cuddle on that. That's how it's sweaty.
By the way, what a pillowcase that is. Honestly, honest to God, so comfortable.
But I know, listen, I might even use it for the half 10 show just to start off, just to add a bit of spice to it. You know what I mean?
By the way, I'm surprised with how wet it is. You've not been already. I thought you were already using it with how wet it is, and now I thought you were already using it.
No. I'll keep that for another time.
Brilliant. We will like call him on the chat tonight as well. Not seen you for a while, mate. Good to see you. Hail, lads. Hail. Get yourself along to the live event, mate. Be good to see you in person. Tell her Mount of that's what I was going to say. You'll probably not even need VAR, man. I'm getting sent off straight away as soon as he comes, man. But yes, so into tomorrow. Barring another, obviously, league game. Celtic aiming to remain unbeaten, and obviously we've not conceded a goal in the league yet. So the chat was on Tuesday before we finished. Would Brendan be changing the team? We definitely know one change is going to have to happen because Cameron Carter-Vickers won't be playing, and that's due to injury, mate.
Well, Cameron didn't play in the last game, so it's not up for grabs at the minute. I think they will go for a strong side. I think we'll delve into that further on the podcast. It's interesting tomorrow. Obviously, it's one of the Premier Sports games that they've managed to pick up. So it's a later kind of kick-off time, a bit of an obscure kick-off time that we're not really used to. But that's the whole kind of television deals. So it's managing to bring kind of more finance into the Scottish football kind of. The teams that were getting more money in for an extra few games for Premier Sports, so we adjust to the kind of time slots that we're getting for our kickoffs. But it will be kind of a bit strange. It'll feel like maybe a Scottish Cup game or a League Cup game that we're getting at that time.
Yeah.
But I think Brendan, as he says in the interview today, the presser today, I think he is going to go pretty strong. Obviously, Carl Vickers that we spoke about before, that he's not going to be available, and it's possibly doubtful that he's going to be available for Tuesday. So I think apart from Carter Vickers, I think it'll be more or less the last league games start lineup. I think he touched upon the fact that it's 90 minutes. I think there'll be a number of kind of important players that maybe come off after 60 minutes if the kind of score lines go according to plan. Yeah. But I think he will go pretty strong tomorrow. I think it's obviously a pretty important game with the league. It's a league campaign as well, and I think it's just getting these players kind of getting to know each other again as well. It's been a couple of weeks before since they've played last. There will be maybe a couple of players that have no kind of seen as much game time that maybe come on as well. I think you're looking at Trusty. I think Trusty's got to be one that will maybe come in. There'll be other players as well that will get some game time. I think Luke McCowan, maybe the boy at left back, Baye, as you rightly pronounce him. But I think it'll be a very strong team tomorrow, and I think should be a comprehensive one, comfortable as well, and that's what we're hoping for.
Brian, obviously, just what Alan says there about, the team going to be strong, and I was saying to you lads on Tuesday when we were recording in the morning, I says, for me personally, I don't think we can ask the team to be full strength going into tomorrow. And then I think Brendan's spot on and all when he touches on the recovery. He touches on the Dortmund are playing tonight, so they've got that extra bit of time on recovery for the game on Tuesday. And then Brendan went on and alluded to, our league doesn't seem to try and accommodate things like that. They've got us. So Brendan reckons it's by the time we get home, you're talking about midnight, just after midnight on Saturday going into Sunday. And then obviously you've got maybe a day's recovery and then a flight obviously over to Germany as well. So for me personally, mate, I don't personally think you can go full back strength into that game and then ask your players to recover so quickly and then go to the well again for you on Tuesday night. That's just my thoughts, mate, but obviously we'll get yours now.
I think you can still go strong. You can maybe make, I would say, one or two changes, but we can't be disrespectful to St Johnstone because we've still got a league to win, we've still got points to pick up, so we still need to go relatively strong. But that's why you have got a bench, and that's why we sign guys like Trusty, Bernardo, McKibben, Adamida. He might play. I think you might get an inclination of if Kyogo starts tomorrow, then you might have an incline that Ida might start in Dortmund. If Ida starts tomorrow, then the wee man might start on Tuesday. So maybe I'm being between the lines, we're just saying that, but I think it might be a good game to play Adam Ida if he's thinking about playing Kyogo on Tuesday, because again, I don't want to be disrespectful, we have still got a lead to win, but I'd rather have a fully firing Kyogo and fully fit in Dortmund than against St Johnstone. I've seen that there, right. So you've got the strength in Adam Ida to come in and play if he's fully fit and available to start against St Johnstone. But I think he'll make one or two changes, but I don't think he would do anything like he did against Falkirk. So I think that was, as much as at the time it wasn't, when you look after the game in hindsight, maybe too much. So Valle might play at left back again, and maybe somebody might come in for Carter Vickers. Apart from that, he might play McKibben, Bernardo, who knows. That might be hit. I don't think there'll be too many. But it all depends if Johnson's able to start or no. If no, then don't even risk him. Don't even put him on the bench. As much as I don't think Ralston's maybe good enough, that's all we've got. I don't know. That's all we've got. So we'll just need to go with it. McKibben could start, but I think there will be changes. But I don't think I'm going to go with Alan JP. I don't think there'll be many changes. There might be one or two, but you've got to still respect St Johnstone. You've still got to go and get the business. Maybe after 60 minutes, get the changes on if the game's gone your way. But I don't want to be too premature. But part for the odd game against St Johnstone, we've done relatively well there. So I'd like to think with Alan, you've got to go there with full confidence. With 5 clean sheets, 4 or 5 clean sheets in the league, we've been looking really good, looking strong. So, you like to think, hopefully, try and get the game done. Again, don't work disrespectful, but try and get maybe the game done as soon as we can, and then change the some of the squad. But no, listen, it's got to be a good game for us before Dortmund, away from home. Different type of kick-off as well for the fans as well, to go home late as well. So. I think it is a decent crowd as well. We normally get a full stand, or roughly. I know we've changed a wee bit, but the allocation a wee tiny bit, but it's still a good allocation. So, like Mick says there, it's still a good allocation. So, no, listen, it'll be a good game for us, hopefully, and hopefully get 3 points.
Yeah, obviously Jerry's made he's kind of stole my thunder a wee bit. I was going to actually make this comment, you lads have mentioned Valle, and Jerry's just alluded to it there, that Valle can actually play it right back. So it is an option for him to play in there. He looks comfortable with 2 feet. I know he's played in there quite a number of times now. So he is... Sorry if I said something funny, lads.
No, it's a comment, it's fine.
All right, okay. So as I say, he can play right back if needed, and obviously cover in with AJ. Alan, you all right, mate? Do you need to go and get a towel or something? You okay? And yeah. So there is options, obviously, if you don't want to play Anthony Ralston. Plungy's comment there about the 2, obviously lefties playing at centre back. Trusty's very good with his right foot as well, so he's not just naturally left footed, although that is his favoured. He can play with his right foot as well. So I've seen him play at the right side of the centre back position. Obviously, he used to play in a back three for Sheffield United, so playing with Celtic's going to be a bit different for him as well.
I don't think with him. I've seen people saying about maybe like Narowski or Welsh, but I think if you're paid £6 million for Trusty, I think he's going to be the first guy to come in.
Aye, a lot of people are saying you've got to trust in Trusty.
Aye, trust in Trusty. Aye,
trust in Trusty. But I really don't think. Me personally, lads, I don't think Narowski starts a game. I don't think he will. I don't think if he was going to, in my opinion, you would like to think Narotsky would have started against Falkirk. You know, it's obviously a lesser opposition. I don't want to be disrespectful. They did play well. It's the best footballing team up to now we've played this season, in my opinion. But if Stephen Welsh is starting that game before you, then to me that shows an indication that Stephen Welsh is obviously maybe ahead of Mike Narotsky. For me personally, what's that, Alan?
I think that's clear to see that Brendan, obviously, I don't know what Narotsky's done, but Brendan sees every other centre half that we've got, including Stephen Welsh, ahead of Narotsky. For me, Narotsky's looked half decent, but he's obviously done something kind of behind the scenes that Brendan's not happy with. So
I think more the question is, has he done enough? That's the question. I
think he's done enough to be better than Stephen Welsh. For me, I think he's better than Stephen Welsh, but I don't know the ins and outs. He's kind of
I agree with you.
His training, whatever. But I'm not saying he's not set the header, like he's no kind of come out and played absolutely tremendous. But for me, he's better than Stephen Welsh. And for me, I think it's clear to see that Lagerbielke and Narotsky were the kind of Brendan's players. I think he's obviously had an issue with both of them. And that's probably the reason why they've not had much game time whatsoever. And he's turned to other players like Stephen Welsh, Will Scales, etc. to come in before kind of Lagerbielke and Narotsky. And I'm just hoping that kind of Stephen Welsh isn't playing tomorrow. I think that's the main thing that every Celtic fan's thinking. They help with Stephen Welsh. He's done brilliantly well to become a professional footballer, but when he's playing at centre half, I think our heart rate's going that wee bit faster. I think every Celtic fan's probably agreeing with that.
Yeah. Just getting off subject, like I've just seen this comment here for Plunge. He says, by the way, do we wear our Celtic gear on the night? It is a night out. I mean, you can wear whatever you want, Plunge. It is a night out, though. I would say that. And
that's the one night I'll not be wearing a Celtic top.
Well, none of us will be wearing a Celtic top, that's for sure. But I mean, each to their own, I suppose. If you feel comfortable going in your Celtic top, mate, then fire away. I mean, we're not obviously here to tell you what you can and can't do, buddy. But that is a night as well. So it is a Celtic pub as well. Yeah, I was just about to say that, Alan. So yeah, as I say, I don't think I would be surprised, lads, if anyone turned up with a Celtic jersey on. Because don't forget, as a Celtic match day that day as well. I need to remind folk of that as well. So Celtic are playing at home against Aberdeen that day. So there could be very well people coming straight from Celtic Park. And that's what I would say to some as well. If you are travelling, then I would give yourself a bit of time to obviously get there to the event. Because, like I say, Celtic are at home that day. So I don't think, Ryan, I would be surprised if the, if anyone turned up in a Celtic outfit. Plunge is saying he thought it was a Celtic night. Well, it's a live event. It's we'll be interviewing Joe Miller on his career and, Jenny, you can wear your Celtic socks if you want, mate. Aye, you can. Listen, you can wear whatever you want. I mean, it's entirely up to you, but we'll obviously be. It's a night out.
Ryan will be wearing William Scales handcuffs.
He'll have furry numbers on it Liam Scales wears when he's not training. That's the ones that he releases them quickly so that he can catch a team busting that in it. It's,
I'll be pulling up with Lewis Palmer's suitcase as well.
He's got Lewis Palmer's suitcase. And I've got a Lenny. Barry Barron's got me Danny Rolls, knee-high, white leather boots as well. I'm going to wear them as well. So, we'll be cool. Don't worry about that. But, no, Ryan, as I said, being a match day, mate, I don't think I would be surprised if we saw a Celtic top in the crowd.
I know, like you said there. No, Plunge, you can wear what you want, mate. Celtic gear, your normal gear, just whatever gear you want to wear, mate, you can bring it. So that's cool, mate. You can, as long as you're
Definitely
comfortable, mate.
no.
And
see the photos of me, right?
and I don't think that'll be happening.
I've got one up, by the way, Alan. I've got one or two myself. Don't worry about that. But
I've got a mankini. I'll wear it if you want, boys.
But no, point. You can wear
a sponsor if I done it, but
you're gonna be the secret. You're gonna be the secret, Alan. We're getting that to Joe before half time, and then he's like, "See, you've gave away the secret now. See."
I was talking about Springboard with a mankini on. I wonder how long you'll last with that on.
Once his interview's finished, he's walking down wondering how Costco's not open. No, sorry, Plunge, there's no refunds, mate. It's not your fault. Definitely no refunds. But as I said, lads, it's one of the ones people. Obviously, you just assume, Alan, that these nights are associated with Celtic, and obviously, if you've been to a live event before, then you would probably know how they work. But it's obviously we'll be interviewing Joe about his Celtic career, and that's why the audience will be there as well to hear obviously the stories and stuff. And so there will be a kind of fun bit of kind of similar to the podcast and stuff as well. And obviously, like I say, I'm really looking forward to it.
It's like every major sporting event in the world, just like our podcast and our live event. There's always hoops somewhere. You look at kind of Formula One, wrestling, Wimbledon, there's always hoops somewhere. You see the crowd, so no doubt there'll be hoops somewhere. And as I say, as you say, it is a match day, so there will be guys that's coming back to the bar that are probably not go home. Will just buy a ticket and be wearing their Celtic top as well. So it is a vastly kind of Celtic orientated pub, and as people know, so I think whatever you're wearing, as long as it's no kind of red, white, and blue, I think you'll be welcomed with open arms. And it's going to be a cracking night. Ryan's
wearing blue socks, white shoes, and red shorts. I know that's that right out the window now for the wee man.
Salmon hoodie, I will need to wear that, to be fair, aye.
He's got to turn up with Where's Wally, isn't he?
Aye.
just a normal day then. Where's Wally?
Hey, come on back to the Mora. Come on,
let's go. By the way, where's Wally? And he's doing book signings after the gig.
Come on, we're going after that here. Come on, back to the Mora. Let's go.
So obviously the Mora. What are we thinking in terms of team-wise, Ryan? What's your thoughts, mate?
I think it will be really strong. I know we did speak about it on Tuesday. I think Casper will be in goals. I think all depends on if Johnson is fit. That will probably depend on if the back line will change a lot. It's hard because you don't know what the manager's thinking. As he think, I know you've got to think about St Johnstone, but as he thinking ahead of the game in Dortmund, does you not want to play certain guys because he might want to play them for 90 minutes on Tuesday? So I think I'm going to just say what I think, and that's just I think if Johnson's no fit, it'll be Ralston, Trusty, Scales, and I think he might play Taylor, and then he might play Valle maybe half an hour to go or something. All depends on the game. I think the rest, maybe McKibben for maybe Hatate, but I think he'll play. I definitely think Engels and McGregor will be playing. I think he'll play Kuhn. I think he'll play Maeda, and I think I'm going to go with Adamida. I think he'll play Adamida to get him minutes and obviously to see how he is as well. So I'm going to go with that kind of team there, mate. I think he'll put maybe a few changes, but I don't think it'll be wholesale changes because I don't think I know we're still good enough, but I don't think we can afford to make too many because you don't want to interrupt the flow of the team. So I think it'll be a few changes, mate, but nothing drastic because you've still got to pay St Johnstone respect as well. Obviously, no manager. They want to impress whoever's maybe looking in for a far.
Who is it? Is the interim in there? Is it Andy Cook?
It might be. I know. The Aberdeen manager says that they have gave
They
permission
spoke
to
to him,
Peter
and
leaving.
Peter leaving. Yeah, they spoke to him.
So Peter leaving, if it is potentially going to be a manager, he might be in the stands watching the game, or he might be watching it fair far. So it's up to St Johnstone players as well to put up a performance for the next manager. So listen, it's not going to be a foregone conclusion, but I'm still expecting us to be comfortable in the game. So I think there'll be a few changes, but I don't think there'll be anything major, because I don't think you want to interrupt the flow of the team.
Cheers, William. Thanks for that, mate. I wasn't too sure, that's how I asked. Alan, obviously yourself, mate, what's your thoughts on... So is that your team lineup, wee man? Is that what you're going with?
But again, it all depends on Johnson, but even...
That's
I think...
the defence there, isn't he?
I think...
If I bought this one
right,
and that one...
Right, if John...
Get to the point.
Right.
He's a wee bit like Kenny Dalglish, isn't he? Maybe he's aye, maybe he's not.
I think he'll go with Ralston. I think he'll go with Scales, Trusty, Taylor, McKibben, Engels, and McGregor, Ida, Kuhn, and Maeda. I don't think there'll be too many changes, just a few, because again, if you interrupt it, we see what happened with Falkirk. I know we still won the game, but St Johnstone are a bit better than Falkirk. I'd like to think they are. So they might pose a bit more towards maybe a changed team. But again, I think that with my teammate, I'd like to think we're going to get the 3 points.
Alan, obviously yourself, mate.
I think we're going the strongest we can possibly go. I think we're going with Tony Warner, Mo Camara, Paul Telfer.
By the way, yes, this is getting exciting now. I actually fancy it.
No, I think, in all honesty, I think we will go our strongest first 11 possible. Obviously, that's barring kind of Cameron Carter-Vickers. I think it'll be Schmeichel. I think Alistair Johnston, Trusty, Scales, Greg Taylor, Cal McGregor, Rio Hitati, Arnie Engels, Dyson Maeda, Nicholas Kuhn, and Kyogo. I think he'll go for it, and I think after maybe 55, 60 minutes, I think if we're comfortable enough, then you'll see maybe 4 changes coming out and give our more important players a wee bit of rest. But I think we can't be complacent in this game. We've seen kind of a few times in the past. I think it was actually against St Johnstone, or was it St Mirren, that Ange kind of made a number of changes before a European game, and it came back to bite us, didn't it? So I can't see Brendan being too complacent. I wouldn't be shocked if we see maybe 1 or 2 changes, but after watching his interview today as well, I think he might go kind of full strength. I think he'll give kind of 60 minutes to our best 11 possible.
Yeah, I think it'll be Casper. I think it'll be Tony Ralston. I think it'll be Austin Trusty, Liam Scales. I actually think he'll start with Vi. I don't think he'll start Greg Taylor. I think the midfield will be Callum McGregor. I think it'll be Paulo Bernardo. And I think he'll start with Arnie Engels. And then the 2 wide players will be Dyson Maeda and the Kuhn. And I think he'll play Adam Ida. I'll go with you, Ryan. I think Big Ida will start. Brendan will obviously have... sorry, lads, I'm going to change my midfield. I didn't mean to say Arnie Engels. I think Luke McKeown will start. I said it on Tuesday, and I'm going to stick with that. So I think it'll be Callum McGregor, Paulo Bernardo, and Luke McKeown. I don't think he'll start Engels or Hitati. I just think that obviously he needs to have an eye on Tuesday night as well. And there's certain players, for me, you can't ask to go hammer and tongs on a league game with not a lot of recovery time, and then you're going again on Tuesday night again in the top level of the game. So for me, I think it's definitely certain changes are going to need to be made. If Carter Vickers was fit, I still don't think he'd be playing, if that makes sense. I still think he would change that as well. I don't think he would even play him. I think Austin Trusty would start anyway. So Brendan's probably going to throw a curveball here and
Liam Shaw.
It'll be Liam Shaw, Genie's boy, and then it'll be Stephen Welsh or something. Will play Mike Narotsky, and we're all trying to second guess the other one. So, but no, I really do think that he'll change the team. We all thought Sinisalo would play, but I don't even know if he's injured now because he wasn't even on the bench at the weekend, and it was Scott Bain that was on the bench. So, but I think as well, Ryan, you look at how the St Johnstone last season game went. It was quite stuffy, and you know, we were 1 down at half time, and then we came out firing in the second half, albeit we won the game comprehensively in the end, but it was a wee bit of a shaky nail to begin with. And I just think Adam Ida gives you that big physical presence that sometimes you need in your team when you go away from home, mate.
I think Adam will start. I think one, to give him game time, and two, he will have an eye on Tuesday, because I think Alan, obviously, the Tuesday for me, Kyogo's still the main man personally. I know that Adam Ida, he does have the physical presence away from home. It all depends the way that the manager's going to set up. Is he going to go with the tried and trusted that's no work, the 4-3-3, and go with the wee man, or is he going to maybe change it and go to the one up and don't play the two wingers, the three up front? It might be a flat 4-4-2. We don't know what he's going to do. No 4-4-2, the 4-5-1. We don't know what he's going to do, Alan. This is maybe a game that we know the new Dortmund company as it stands at the moment. They're getting beat. They're not really doing well recently in the last few games. I think it will all depend on. I think it will just depend on what he feels is the best way to go. I think Kyogo, for me, he's by far still the best striker in my opinion. Out of the two of them, but Admida, I think he will play tomorrow. I think it will give him game time. Hopefully, gets a few goals that he did against Falkirk, and then that might put him in the manager's thoughts for Tuesday. But I don't know what you feel, Alan. Obviously, Jake will go back in soon, but I think his team for Tuesday is already picked. I think Alan, his team already picked for Tuesday. I think his team is picked for tomorrow already, and I think he's already picked his team for Tuesday. I think he's already thought who's going to be playing, because I think that's just the way he works. He's already planning ahead. But I do agree with JPL, and I think Adam Ida will play, but I do think the B-man, personally, for me, is the best striker at the moment as it stands. So I think he will play on Tuesday. But again, Alan, it all depends on what the manager thinks. Does he want the presence up front, or does he want the channel runs, or does he want that kind of pace up front?
See, that's what makes it so different opinions. I'm actually of the opinion that I think Kyogo starts tomorrow, and I'd be less surprised if Ida started on Tuesday, because Ida might have that presence, that kind of different sort of play that you play him against Dortmund away, could hold the ball up a bit more, or do you play your best striker Kyogo? So I think it will be interesting, but obviously we've went with very, very different team lines. I've went with kind of our strongest 11 tomorrow. I think that we're looking at that togetherness, that kind of playing week in, week out together and getting used to each other. And I'm thinking that if the team that starts tomorrow will most likely start on Tuesday. I know that that's not always kind of beneficial when it comes to terms of fitness. Sometimes that these players can't kind of play 3 games a week constantly, and that's probably why we've got kind of bigger squads in this day and age, that you need to rotate because you're playing 3 games a week. But I just see tomorrow that an away game as well. I think it would be maybe come back to bite Brendan if we didn't play with a full team, and then if we drop points. I still think that any team that we put out, any members of our squad that we put out, it should be strong enough to pick up the 3 points. But I wouldn't be adverse to Adam Ida playing kind of starting tomorrow either. Obviously, he's come in, he scored a couple of goals. Do I think Kyogo's in front of him? I certainly do. But it'll be very interesting when we come kind of 4:30 tomorrow afternoon to see what kind of lineup that Brendan's going to go for.
It's very, very hard to keep. In the last 2 games, he scored 3 goals. It's very, very hard to keep that out of your side, right?
I don't think so, mate.
He's not scored the last 6 before that, has he?
I get what you're saying. If you score goals,
No,
it's fair. But for me, the wee man, I get what you're saying with Adam Meada, right? In terms of, listen, you can no be in the game all game like you wasn't. Because for me, the first half, the makes the team were no the best, but his movement was terrible. It was static, didn't move. But the second half, he looked better. But again, maybe that helped with, I don't want to call them first teamers, but the subs came on.
No, I know what you mean.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but
do
the
you think
guys
that's down to relationships though, Ryan, in terms
possibly
of certain players have not played a lot, so when they come into the team, it's kind of hard to build. But the other guys like Nicholas Kuhn, like Arne Engels, they know how to find these guys because they've been there.
It could be, and also Falkirk did tire as well, so that would have helped Celtic, because Celtic are obviously fitter and stronger than obviously Falkirk. Obviously, Falkirk are probably ridiculously fit, but Falkirk to Celtic, obviously Celtic play at a higher level in terms of European football as well, so you're probably going to need to be that bit fitter and stronger. So Celtic kind of that told, their kind of class told near the end in terms of the subs. But for me, again, if I had the choice, I think the wee man's got to start most games personally until he has a major drop-off. But the manager's obviously said that he's going to obviously use the two of them. That's why you've got a squad. And there will be games where Adam Meada might suit. Like Dortmund. Listen, Dortmund might suit Adam Meada. All depends on what the manager's thinking. How's he going to play? If he goes a 4-3-3, then I think Kyogo plays. But he might go to a 4-5-1, or he might go to who knows what he's going to do. But he might see the weaknesses of Dortmund recently. Obviously, I don't know what it's going to be like at the end of the game. I know they can beat it now. But it's not really about Dortmund Day. We need to try and do what we do. We need to focus on our strengths and how we can hurt them, because we all know Dortmund are a good team. Yeah. They all know they're going to hurt us at some parts of the game, because I'd like to think, I know we keep the ball well, but I like to think that they're going to have a lot of the ball, especially in the first 10, 15 minutes. They're going to try and get an early goal, get the crowd up, the big yellow wall. They'll try and get the crowd going. So we might need to withstand the first 10 to 15 minutes a wee bit of stomp at Dortmund. But don't be foolish. I don't want fans to be foolish. Even though they're not doing well at the moment, I know they're behind as it stands, but I know they've got a penalty. Someone said in the comments there. Even if they draw that game and they win, there might not be the best of teams at the moment on form, but they've still got very good players, and some of their players would walk into your team. So, and I don't, and we're a good team now, but some of their players would come into your team, and some of your players would go right out. So it's still a good Dortmund team we're playing against. So do not be foolish and think that we're going to go there. And listen, we could go there and win 2-0, and we could be amazing. But don't be foolish and think because we beat Bratislava that we're going to go into this game, we're going to do Dortmund. Take a step back and realise we're still Celtic in Europe. We're still no great in Europe, especially away from home. Just take stock of what we've done so far and look at that game as it just a one, like it's basically a cup final. Just go one and give it all. But listen, I'm confident we'll go and put a performance in against Dortmund. But when we get results, a different matter. It's all what happens on the night, how we play, how they play. They've still got a lot of they've still got a lot of threat. No punch, we do keep the ball well, punch, but you won't remember we've done that in the past in Europe and we've still not got results. Away from home, we're no good away from home. Even with Martin O'Neill, we're not good away from home. Apart from maybe the run in Seville. Take away that, we've not been great. Stratton, they had the odd good performance away from home. Mowbray was terrible.
No, we got results. I mean, we were beating teams like Juventus 4-3 at Celtic Park.
I mean, away from home.
Every game with Martin O'Neill, we get beat away from home.
Away from home, we're no great.
We get 9 points.
By the way, there was like 6 games in a row or something we conceded in the first 4 minutes of the game or something.
Away from home, we need to change, because I believe that away from home, a lot of teams think, Celtic's coming here. Because recently we've not been great, but hopefully with Brendan now, we have been a wee bit more competitive under Ange and Brendan. We have competed, but we've just had maybe a bit of quality to maybe get out of the line, and hopefully maybe Engels in the door, McGregor on form. Hopefully some of these guys will get a bit of quality, but I think get the Montreal be first, and then obviously Dortmund will take care of itself, because I think that game's a total different game for the game tomorrow, because I do believe that, in my opinion, I'll let you in, JP Allen, on this, for me, our Achilles heel, I'm just about to say what John's going to say. Our Achilles heel is we lose an early goal, either the start of the game, before half-time, after half-time, or the last kick of the ball. They're the four, normally, I know people are going to go, Ryan, you've made 4 times here, but look at Celtic's games, it's always roughly their 4 points in the game where we lose a lot of goals, and it sets you right back. I would rather lose a goal, ideally in the first, and then instead of the end, because the end just kills you. But I don't think there's any wide IP where you lose a goal. I don't think there's any better way to lose a goal, because no matter when you lose a goal, it still sets you back a wee bit. So, listen, we'll deal with Tuesday, but it's going to be a very tough game no matter how Dortmund have been playing.
Yeah, well, obviously the Dortmund game's a million miles away now. We've got a game against St Johnstone that we need to, in my opinion, take care of first. I'm not even looking at the Dortmund game now because that game tomorrow night's more important for me than the Dortmund game. And it's all about trying to get 3 points and kicking on domestically as well. The Dortmund game will take care of itself, Ryan. Obviously, I'm not silly enough to think that, you know, Brendan's done his due diligence on that one and all, so he'll have done work with that as well. He'll probably have an idea of now, barring any injuries that might crop up for now to then. Touch every bit they don't, but you know, Brendan's probably got one eye in terms of his team as well. He probably knows what team he's ready to select for Tuesday night also. He's that forward-thinking type manager. I've not watched Dortmund yet. I've not seen them since the Champions League final. But I'm looking at the results and I'm, you know, even at home tonight, they're 2-0 done. And they've had to fight back to, you know, to get back into the game here.
By the way, everything I've seen, see that young boy, that Gittins, he's doing the right wing.
Yeah, listen, there is no doubt they've got quality. However, I'm more excited about what we can do. I watched this in pre-season and Brendan set up differently against Man City and Chelsea, and he told you in press conferences that he experimented there to try and set up differently. But yeah, that, as I say, that game will take care of itself. Nice wee comment there for William Glavin. For anybody that doesn't know William's been on the podcast several times. He used to actually be part of the podcast until obviously his job took him elsewhere. But William now is a man that does true tactics, and just on that, we've got a nice wee tactical breakdown for his coming for the Dortmund game on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to recording that with William as well. We'll be doing that in the morning, so I'm really looking forward to that, lads, as well. But obviously, as William, he's a man that knows the Bundesliga very well, Ryan. And obviously, he's, as he said in his comment here, that Dortmund are defensively poor. And they look as if they can be got at. Where I've looked at their stats and the way they play and stuff already, but where I think we can hit them, Ryan, is with our pace. I think we've got pace to burn. And the centre-back pairing that they're currently playing just now, when they're pressed and they are harried into doing something, it's all right doing it. You know, you'll get away with that if you've got a bit of time in the ball. With Kyogo and Maeda, mate, these guys will just kill you if you're not ready.
I think, listen, you might not need to be the best of players, but see if you've got pace, defenders don't like you. You might not be the best of players, but defenders don't like pace. They don't like getting turned, especially some of the European guys, because some of them they're used to being in that league, and obviously in that league you've got Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen. That is a very, very good league. Morgan will tell you that. Very technical league, but when you come up against pace, no matter how good you are in terms of your technical ability, defenders don't like getting turned. They don't like the body position being turned. So it's going to be interesting in terms of how we set up. Listen, they'll set up the way they're going to set up. They'll deal with how they're going to do. We just need to take advantage of, obviously, I think the pressing is going to be vital. Obviously, Brendan's done a bit in pre-season. He's changed his tactics against, obviously, it's pre-season. I don't look at it too much, but the way that he set up is a wee bit different. And I do feel that I think he's got to do something different, because we can't go in with a full 3-3 and go gung-ho, because I still don't think we're good enough just yet to do it for 90 minutes. I think we're still a wee bit suspect at the back in Europe. Listen, this could change and we can go on Tuesday. Like I say, Scales, Taylor, or these guys could be showing me Ryan, not me personally, but what I've been saying about them, and they might go and be brilliant. And I'll go, do you know what? Fair play. Like, fair play. He's actually really improved and he's really going to step up to the mark. That's what I want to see. I want to come on here on Wednesday and find go, listen, they guys are proving me wrong. I don't make only one for performance, but this team will be judged on Tuesday. We'll not be judged tomorrow. It's
So
Tuesday.
what you thinking Tuesday then, me man? Do you think we'll see the Ginger Maldini stoning 15 yards inside Dortmund's half?
Don't know, but that captain's just done his knee, by the way. He's going off.
I think it'll be...
He's done his knee.
Again, I think we spoke about it the other day.
Say another one, Alan. Say another one, mate. You've obviously done your bit there. Say, who else is good?
It's just in the background watching you. I'm saying he's done his knee. They look as if he'll see watching the first half and watching the last game as well. They look as if they don't play. William will be able to kind of square us up on the information, but they look as if they don't play out for the back. They kind of play it up to the halfway line, then start playing football. But what I've seen, they don't kind of pass about the back for the goalkeeper as well. Doesn't it look as if
Mario
Mario
one that's saying you should have been watching that. You should be here.
Oh, it's in the background. I'm looking through you.
No, but I do feel like that.
I'm doing this and homework.
No, but I do feel I think in terms of our team, we'll be judged on Tuesday. I think this season, our standard is European football now. I don't think we're judged on Scotland. Like I said the other day, we shouldn't be judged on beating them across the water or beating Aberdeen. We need to be judged on the European campaign now, obviously, because we've spent a wee bit of money. Spent a bit more money, some of the teams in our format, in our league, so we should be getting hopefully better results in Europe this year. But listen, it's European football, and you're getting no divine right to win. You need to work hard, and if we get a result during the week, it'll be all through hard work, keeping the shape, stick to the game plan. That'll be the big thing. It'll be sticking to the game plan, and the captain, JP and Alan, keeps saying about learning. Every year we get beat. Oh, we need to learn. We need to learn. We did learn during the week here last week against Bratislava at home. We won. Fantastic. That'll give you confidence. But Atlanta and Dortmund, they're the games where you'll see if we have learned. For me, JP, it's the dark arts I think we don't do very well. It's a wasting time. It's a be niggle fouls that we don't do. We don't stop the play. And well, people might think it's a small things.
Just on that, CCV's booking against Bratislava was exactly that. What you were saying there, because in years gone by, that guy would have beat him, normally run through and either created a goal or scored.
It is a silly booking, but at the same time...
I know it was a daft foul, but it was good to see because we don't tend to do stuff like that at all.
Yeah, and I like the fact as well with Schmeichel. Schmeichel's he's quick with the ball, but he's not like Joe Hart. Joe Hart, as soon as you get the ball, was boom. You're 1-0 up, and I'm like, settled.
I thought about it as well.
You need to use, in Europe, you need to be smart about and savvy about certain things. So, but no, listen, like you said, JP, we'll delve into that, and we'll really look forward to the episode with William. Really good, obviously, a breakdown of Dortmund. The last breakdown we done with William was obviously against them across the water, and everything William done for us, everything we says, it was absolutely spot on. And I generally think we've done more as his team talk because the full episode was bang on, and it was actually judged to a T. So hopefully we can do the same, mate, in terms of Tuesday. But like you says, it's the 3 points tomorrow is the most important thing. I get what you're saying, Brian, in terms of, I get what you're saying, but I think this Celtic team, mate, is going to be judged on kind of Europe this year. I don't think we're going to be judged on Scotland because I think we've got enough quality and we've seen what we can do here. Mate, I get what you're saying, Brian. I totally get what you're saying in terms of maybe it's harsh saying they're going to be judged on Tuesday, but we've seen Scales and Taylor this year in Scotland and they've been fine. I think in Dortmund you'll see how this team has improved a wee bit for last year. If they've improved Europe, that's really all I'm saying, mate. I get what you're saying, but I just feel that we'll see where we are as a team in Tuesday. I think that will be where we see how we've improved.
100%. But beforehand, we will need to take care of tomorrow. And that's mostly what I'm looking forward to. Obviously, we're going to watch it together, lads. So, be good to get a wee catch up as well. It's all right, wee man. I'm bringing a wee bottle of, got the bleach in the fridge for you. It'll be nice and cold as well, just in case in case Welsh starts. In case Stephen Welsh is.
By the way, see if Welsh starts, I'm not coming. I'm staying in the house. I'm not coming.
But
I'll bring up a subway that Quads go to and all, so
brilliant. Listen, any help's welcome at all. I've said that millions of times, and aye, if you want to get a Paradise Windfall online ticket off of Liam Shaw, just tell me he's a shout, and I've got my £2 ready for my ticket, Alan. But yes, as I said, folks, we're all looking forward to tomorrow. Before we go, please remember that the Celtic Unrestricted View are doing a live event. It is on Saturday, the 19th of October, not March. Just making sure that I'm getting that wee bit in before you guys think I'm lost the plot completely. There we are. We are doing a live event. It is with Joe Miller. And it's on the 19th of October. Tickets are £10 and they're on sale right now, as you can see on your wee running bar that's running by the screen for you just now. You can either pay into our PayPal, which is this, ryanclifford9@aol.co.uk, or if you are closer to the Morven Bar or the Morven Lounge, you can pop into the bar and buy your wristband, just as Plunge has, and obviously Anne Jem as well. So let us know if you want any more information. You can contact us in any one of our platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. But above all else, we are looking forward to seeing you on the night with us. And yeah, should be fun. Like I said earlier as well on the episode, folks, we do have a match worn and signed Nicholas Kuhn top that we will be raffling on the night. So one of you lucky fans will get a chance to win that, among other nice raffle prizes as well. And that will happen once Joe is finished and he goes and everybody's had their photos and everything else. But above all else, it's that time of the week where I say, take care, hail, and enjoy your weekend. If you are going to the game tomorrow, wrap up well, because if Celtic win, I have heard that the temperature will drop to -8, and you might need a hat and a scarf and maybe even a wee body warmer with you as well if you've not already got one. But take care and have a lovely weekend, folks. Bye-bye.
Well.